Carpe diem. Let the good times roll. Test, 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 test. Here, don't use yours. Use mine. Yeah. Whoa, no, no, no,
Try putting audio 2, try plugging that in. Let me see what's plugging that in.
yes, I have it.
Okay, watch out. Sorry, no, you're good. Plug in another one. We're going to go audio 3.
So we are live for the HOCO halftime stuff, right?
Yep, if you want to call it, yep. Or you can just do the sound.
Yeah.
No, we don't. If they are, there should be in there, but wait, they're announcing. Okay, so. That's now. Where are they at? Can you get my water, please?
Ooh, 45. That's going to be a rough one to pronounce.
Yeah, I'm going to go down and tell them to move. I plug this into 2, please. Test, test. There we go.
All right.
So it was the cable.
Oh, you said that.
Oh, I got you. You're good right now.
Oh, we are streaming. Yep. We just don't have the music or sound.
Yep. I need to teach kids how to fold.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. So turn off their mics, twist their mics.
Where's Gabe's? What did I?
No, not that one.
Welcome to the 2019 Hamilton Huskies homecoming game. I'm your play-by-play Connor Manning.
And I'm your color commentator, Alyssa Esquivel.
Mountain Pointe set to kick off here. Back to receive is Brendan Rice. He takes the ball and he fumbles it. He picks it up right around the 10-yard line, and he's going to get tackled right away. And that is not a great start for Hamilton. As we kick off the 2019 edition of their homecoming game, we had the festivities earlier on. We will crown the homecoming king and queen at halftime. And for Hamilton, a 4-0 start, better than anyone expected. Alyssa, what are their expectations for this one?
I think they continue the strong offense and defense performance of last week. Gabe Armanta for the offense broke 3 Husky records last week, And so did Nick Arve, quarterback for the Hamilton Huskies.
Indeed they did, and Arve, lone man behind the linemen here. 2 on the left, 3 on the right. Lewis in motion. He gets the handoff, moves up the left side, and he breaks a tackle, and he gets to the line, and it looks like he just got enough to get the first down here at around the 22-yard line. It'll be first down for the Huskies. Hamilton, big road win all the way at Tolleson Union. Big 57-14 win. They were up 43-14 at halftime, and they scored all their touchdowns on the ground. Arve back to snap again. Throws it to Lewis, he breaks a couple tackles and gets to about the 30-yard line. Pickup of 5 or 6 on the play, and it'll be second down here. And as I was mentioning to earlier, Hamilton just dominating on the ground last week. Over 300 yards on the ground, especially from Gabe Armenta, who picked up 236 and a fumble here, and we'll get the ruling in a second. And it looks like it was picked up by number 70. Maxwell Falker, the senior lineman for the Huskies. So it'll be third down and 8 after a loss of 4 on the play. 10:38 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Hamilton's first offensive possession here in this game. Sun is already down. It is very beautiful outside. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Arve back to throw. And he completes it to Christian and he looks like he got the first down as he lost the ball, but the official determined that he was already down. Want to thank all the viewers who are tuning into this one. Big matchup for Hamilton here on their homecoming game against the Mountain Pointe Pride team. Not a great start, 1-2. They had their bye week last week, but coming off of a loss to Mountain View, which many described as almost embarrassing. Here, Arve fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself, and he picks up, maybe gets back to the line there. Mountain Pointe had a 28-10 lead on Mountain View in the third quarter, and they squandered it, so they're looking to get right back on track here. Second down and 10 here. Trips on the left, 2 on the right. Arve gets the snap, looks left, looks right, leaves the pocket, and he's going to rush, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 on the play. Arve saw nothing there and just decided to take it himself.
Arve using a lot of his legs on this drive, trying to pick up some yards for the Hamilton offense.
Yes, indeed. 3rd and 5 here. 9:37 to go. Here on the Hamilton 41-yard line. Gets the snap, looks left. He rolls to the left, throws it, and the pass is blocked down immediately by number 7 on the Mountain Pointe defense. That was Rashawn Hodge, the 6'2" senior, who made the stop. And Hamilton will punt the ball here as their first drive of the game not so successful. They were able to pick up a first down, but then they weren't able to get it on their second attempt. Brody Kofall back to punt. Still nothing here with 9:37 to go. And Kofall boots it. And it'll be caught. A fair catch by Dominique Davis at the 28-yard line. And Davis last year in their Mountain Pointe's home matchup against Hamilton, he certainly had a game. He had 5 receptions for 143 yards and a touchdown and the 55-20 blowout win. But Alyssa, obviously this year is a lot different.
Yes, Connor, definitely a lot different. Dominique, even last week against Mountain View, had 11 receptions for 216 yards and 1 touchdown. So definitely a guy to keep your eye on for if you're the Hamilton defense.
Exactly. Also, Reshi Shank, number 22, the running back, the senior running back, he was also a big threat last week. He had 21 carries for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here, first pass goes deep, and that one is caught by Davis. Oh, and they're now saying that it was incomplete. Long throw by Landon Powell, the sophomore quarterback for Mountain Pointe. He went deep, double coverage, and Dominique Davis was unable to make the grab, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for the Pride. Large turnout for the Huskies and the Pride here in the homecoming game. Stands for sure have been filled, and they want to see their Huskies trying to improve to 5-0 here. Hands off to Shank, and he goes nowhere. Big play by Hamilton's defense. They have been exceptional on the ground this year. They limited Tolleson to only 71 yards and 137 through the air, so Hamilton's defense certainly is not one to be messed around with. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 13 from the 25-yard line. Powell alone in the backfield. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Throws it, and that one is incomplete, intended for Davis. And the Pride will punt it away. Cameron Rasmussen, the senior kicker, will try and boot it out of the Pride end zone here with 8:44 to go.
Both offenses not really getting to the kind of start they're hoping for.
Cole Martin, the freshman slot back to receive it. Oh, I'm sorry, he was replaced by Zachary Lewis. He sits at his own 41-yard line. Here as Mountain Pointe looks to get all 11 players on the field. Oh, and we have movement, and this one looks like it's going to be on the Pride for offsides, or false start, excuse me. That was number 9, B.J. Washington, the junior. Got a little excited there. And that will force the Pride back 5 yards. It'll now be 4th and 18 from the 20. Here as Rasmussen again looks to boot it away.
Mountain Pointe looks nervous after last week's loss against Mountain View.
Oh, and a short kick. Looks like he shanked it there, and that one only goes about 10 yards. And it'll be 1st down in great field position for the Hamilton offense.
Hopefully the Hamilton offense can capitalize on the short field.
Exactly right there, Alyssa. Let's see if Gabe Armenta gets into the game. Obviously, we talked about earlier how dominant he was last week, averaging 39 yards a carry. That is insane, and like you said, breaking that Husky record as he is in the backfield here. One would think that Arve would just hand it off to him. 1st and 10 from the 30. 8:34 to go. In motion to the left of Arve. Brandon Maslin. He hands it off to Armenta. Armenta breaks a tackle, and he picks up about 8 on the play. A little shovel pass over to Armenta. And the first play for the Huskies picks up about 8, and it'll be 2nd down.
Great job by the offensive line picking up those blocks to give Armenta some good yardage on that play.
Exactly right. You can't do much without the big boys on the front line, and they've certainly done their part to help the Huskies go 4-0 here to start the season. Here 2 in the backfield, Maslin and Armenta. Hands it off to Armenta, moves up the middle, and he carries a tackler, and it'll be a 1st down and more. Armenta just powering his way through the secondary of the Mountain Pointe defense, and you can expect another big performance from him.
Huskies are playing smash mouth football, really setting the pace in this game.
1st and 10 from the 10. 7:40 to go. Armenta breaking through a couple, and he will score. Gabe Armenta from 10 yards, and he gets the Huskies off and running. 6-0 here with 7:37 to go in the first quarter.
offensive line did a great job helping to push Gabe right into the end zone to get the Huskies' first touchdown of the game.
Exactly right there. And Gabe Armenta picking up where he left off from last week. And the Huskies capitalized on the short field position and just played power football and just bullied their way into the end zone. Brody Kofal back to kick. And it is good. And it'll be 7-0 now for Hamilton. And after a not so successful first drive, they took advantage of the very short kick from Cameron Rasmussen. And Mountain Pointe, this is not what you wanted.
Certainly not, Connor. Hamilton really establishing the tone early, running the ball down Mountain Pointe's throat.
Exactly right there. Kofal, the senior kicker, looks to boot it back to Mountain Pointe, and Mountain Pointe will look to also pick up a successful drive on their second attempt here. Just about midway through the first quarter. And he boots it away. And it'll be picked up by Davis. Fair caught at the 7-yard line. Oh, and we have a flag on the play. So we're awaiting the call from the official. Looks like the Huskies will re-kick. And it is offsides on the Hamilton Huskies, so they will kick from the 35-yard line now.
A lot of special team penalties in this first part of the game, Connor.
Exactly right there. Mountain Pointe had the false start, which moved them back, which contributed to that short kick and the field position Hamilton had. And now the Huskies were offside, and now they're kicked from 5 yards back. And we'll see if Davis will be the one to receive it. Boots it away, and that will go out at the 4-yard line. Kick out of bounds flag for Hamilton. It'll be first down from the... We'll find out here in a second where exactly the yard spottage will be.
Penalty on Mountain Pointe for kicking the ball out of bounds.
First down, Landon Powell looking to bring his pride back out onto the field and look for a more successful drive than the first attempt. It'll be first down on the 40-yard line, so pretty decent field position for the Mountain Pointe Pride here as we get set to begin their second drive of the game. Shanks to the left of Powell, and he's going to hand it off to Shanks. Fakes. He's going to throw it, and it is caught. And that'll be a pickup of about 1 or 2 on the play. That was Chivas Benson.
Nice tackle by number 3, Zachary Lewis, junior cornerback and wide receiver for the Hamilton Huskies.
Good tackle indeed, and we have a whistle here. 2nd and 8 from the 42. And we have a timeout on the play. Looks to be an official timeout as Cole Martin runs off the field. We'll find out maybe a hand injury, maybe a mouthguard error. Here as we pick it up here with 7:13 to go. 2nd and 8 on the 42. Shanks to the left of Powell. 3 stacked up on the left, 1 on the right. And we have another flag on the play. It might be offsides on Hamilton.
A lot of penalties adding up in this first half for both teams. Huskies a little anxious to get to the ball.
Exactly right there. So it'll be 2nd and 3 now from the 47. And if you're Hamilton, you can't be giving them those yards. They've had trouble this year taking too many penalties, and so far it hasn't cost them a whole lot, but sooner on in the season it might. Shanks gets the carry up the middle, and he picks up about 5 or 6 on the plate. It will be a first down. Talked about earlier the importance of making sure that you don't allow Reshi Shanks to get a lot of space up the middle, and this Hamilton defense is not prone to giving up so much. We saw 2 weeks ago when they just stymied the Arborview attack. Here, 1st and 10. Powell looks to the left. He's going to throw it. It is caught by Davis and picks up about 11 on the play, and it'll be first down. Mountain Pointe moving the ball well here in their second drive. Here with 6:30 to go. And they're going with the no-huddle offense. They're getting right up, confusing some of the Hamilton defense as they now have 3 stacked up on the right, 1 on the left.
Hamilton needs to fill the gaps on defense to stop the run of Mountain View.
Here, Reshi Shanks with the carry, and he picks up about 5 or 6 on the play. Great job by the Hamilton defense there to not allow anything from the senior running back. Lockett and Benson of the Pride going off. And Thor Canales and Kevin Sawitsky, I apologize if I mispronounced that name, are substituted in the game. Powell hands it off to Shanks. Shanks moving up the right side, and he's going to go nowhere. He's going to lose about 2 on the play. Husky sniffed that one out, led by the junior Brady Shuck. And it'll be 3rd down and long here for Mountain Pointe.
Great job by Shuck getting into the backfield and stopping the running back, Shanks, from getting any yardage on that play.
Exactly right. He actually lost 2 on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 9 from the 34. Davis, the lone man on the left. Mountain Pointe player on the right. Shanks in the backfield with Powell. Powell gets the snap, fakes the handoff, and he gets hit on the play, and that one is intercepted by Cole Martin. Martin going the other way. He looks, no one's on him, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Hamilton. Pick 6.
Great interception by Cole Martin, the freshman for the Hamilton High School defense. Underclassman gets the pick 6.
He is actually a nominee for Freshman Homecoming King and showing why he should be elected there. That was an amazing play. The Hamilton defensive line, Alex Whaler, got right to the quarterback, which forced the underthrow, and Martin was right there and takes it all the way back 70 yards for the touchdown. And Hamilton's now up 13-0 here with 4:49 to go here in the first quarter. And we haven't seen much of the defense getting on the board, but it's nice for them there. And it'll be a extra point good for Brody Kofall. And the Hamilton Huskies are now up by 2 scores here.
Great start by the Hamilton defense for this homecoming game. It's really rare for a freshman to start, let alone get a pick 6. So this is a really great moment for Cole Martin of the Hamilton football defense.
Great moment indeed. You always love to see the younger guys making big plays. And obviously we saw a lot of the Huskies, a lot of different Huskies getting action last week. And the way they keep going, we might see more of that again tonight. Mountain Pointe obviously not expecting this. They move down the field quite well. They get inside the 35, and they throw a pick. And if you're Landon Powell in the offense, you got to figure out that defensive line. They stymied them in the backfield to force the loss, and then the very next play, he got hit pretty hard. And Lewis with the easy interception, and no one came close to tackling him as he just burst down the left sideline. Brody Kofall to boot it away, and a short kick And it'll be picked up from about the 27-yard line. And he goes up the middle, and he breaks free. And he gets tackled about the 50. Chivas Benson with a nice carry there of 22 yards. And Mountain Pointe once again getting a pretty good starting field position here on the 50-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Powell and Shanks back out there. 3 on the right, no one on the left. Powell hands it off to Shanks, goes up the left side, and he gets nothing again. Big play by the Huskies defense. In there was Jamar Brown, the senior defensive back, with the stop. And the Hamilton band getting into it. Here it'll be second down and 10 from the 50. Here with 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 Hamilton here. As Powell looks to get the play confirmation from head coach Rich Wellbrook. Second down and 10, 3 on the right. Oh, and we have a whistle here, and we have a delay of game on the Pride. They took too long to get the snap, so it'll be second and 15 from the 45. Once again, Alyssa, those penalties.
Can't be making those mistakes, especially early in the game if you're Mountain Pointe, already down 14-0 against the Hamilton Huskies.
Exactly right. We've already seen how effective penalties have been. Mountain Pointe's second penalty of the game caused them to go back into their own territory here. Second and 15. 3 on the right, none on the left. Shanks in the backfield with Powell. Powell fakes the handoff. Looks right. He's going to go throw deep. And that one is intercepted by Zachary Lewis. Back-to-back interceptions. He has tacklers. And he gets all the way back to the Mountain Pointe 45.
Wow.
And once again, Hamilton's defense comes up big. Powell threw to the right again, and he made another mistake as Zachary Lewis just mossed him on the play, reached over the wide receiver and grabbed it.
Great defense by the Hamilton, getting 2 interceptions and back-to-back plays against the Mountain View offense.
Here, and had a penalty on the play on Mountain Pointe as it's now on the 40. Here, and Mountain Pointe back-to-back drives ending in interceptions. And let's see if Gavin Goulet, who's now in at quarterback, can make them pay. Sebastian Dormont in the backfield. Hands it off to Dormont, moves up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and he picks up about 7 on the play. It'll be second down and short. And Hamilton already using Goulet, who had a couple snaps last week for the Husky offense. He went 2 for 4, had a -3 yards passing.
Hamilton is playing tempo offense. Oh, and another penalty. A timeout.
It'll actually be a timeout on the Mountain Pointe Pride as they look to settle things down here. Hamilton wanted to go fast pace. Here with 3:21 to go. Hamilton up 14-0 and threatening to score again here inside Mountain Pointe's 40. Hamilton's defense has been really sharp here. First drive didn't allow anything. Second drive they moved down the field but were able to fix their laps there and picked off. Powell went all the way to the end zone, and then second play from scrimmage on their third drive picked off by Lewis. And once again, Hamilton has the ball in Mountain Pointe territory, and we talked about earlier this week how important Hamilton's defense needed to be, especially with threats like Shanks and Davis, and they certainly haven't disappointed so far. Here now is it's 2nd and 3 from the 33-yard line. Goulet still in the game with Dormont in the backfield. Anaya in motion to the left. 3 on the left. And we have another flag. It looks like it'll be on the Mountain Pointe.
Mountain Pointe looking a little nervous after having to go on the field after their quarterback threw another interception on the previous possession.
That was the senior Tristan Kramer, and he looked visibly upset after he got tagged for that foul. So it'll be 1st and 10 now on the 28. Free first down for Hamilton. Anaya in motion once again. Oh, and a fumble on the play, and Goulet gets right back on top of it. Goulet looking a little nervous there. Didn't handle the ball properly, and the Huskies are going to lose about 5 or 6 on the play.
Goulet took his eyes off the ball in that play, which caused that big loss for the Hamilton offense.
2nd and 17, loss of 7. .251 to go here. 2nd down and 17 from the 35. Goulet back to throw, looks right. And he's going to run it. Oh, and he gets hit on the play. The ball falls out, but it goes out of bounds. And it'll be 2nd down. I think he actually maybe gained a couple of yards on the play.
Goulet showing great toughness as he got hit pretty hard on that play.
They're going to call it incomplete. 3rd and 17 from the 35. Hattendorf and Anaya on the right. Rice and Shuck on the left. Dormont to the left of Goulet here. 3rd and very long for the Huskies. Goulet gets the snap. And he throws it. It's going to be complete to Anaya, and it'll be very close. It looks like it'll be right at the 18-yard line. Goulet ducked a potential sack, and was able to find Shuck on the play. And it looks like it'll be a pickup of 16 on the play, or 17. It'll be 4th and inches, and they're going to go for it. And he hands it off to Dormont, and he gets tripped up, and we'll find out here in a second if he was able to get the first down. And it looks like they did. We'll get an official ruling in a second.
Huskies offense taking a risk there, going for it on 4th and 1 instead of just taking the field goal. The
Mountain Pointe defense and the Hamilton offense have not left the field yet, so you can almost, looks like they're going to measure it here. We'll find out in a second. And it will be he did not get it. He was stopped short, and that is a big win for the Mountain Pointe defense. And the Mountain Pointe offense will take over on downs, and that is exactly what you needed if you are the Mountain Pointe defense.
The Husky offense probably should have went for that field goal on that drive, Connor.
1:54 to go. Powell and Shanks in the offense back out there. And they just avoided disaster there, as it could have been, once again, they could have been down by 3 scores here already in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 18. 3 on the left, no on the right, no one on the right. Shanks next to Powell. Powell gets a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to go deep for Davis, and that is overthrown, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hamilton defense certainly got lucky on that one, as there was absolutely no one to catch number Davis of the Mountain Pointe offense. Number 5.
Davis able to break through the secondary, but Powell just put a little too much on it, It'll be second down deep in their own territory here. 1:47 to go. Hamilton crouching the line here. And he's going to hand it off to Shanks up the middle. And once again, he gets stonewalled. They were ready for it there. And it'll be third down and long. Weingarten and Lindemann going off for the Huskies. 3rd and 7 here as clock trickles down to a minute left to go. Powell with the short handoff to Davis. And Davis is going nowhere. And it will be a loss. And Mountain Pointe will go 3 and out here.
Great job by the Hamilton defense avoiding Mountain View's offense from getting any points on that drive, especially after the offense was unsuccessful on that fourth down run.
Rasmussen back to punt deep in his own territory again with 30 seconds to go, and I do not believe the Huskies will get another play as the punt. This one is deep. Davis going way back, picks it up about the 31-yard line. Zachary Lewis, excuse me. Lewis gets back to the 43, and he'll get tackled by Chivas Benson. And Arve now back out at QB for the Huskies with 14 seconds to go here. Can imagine we'll have about 1 or 2 plays depending on how the first play goes. Here as it is now all black here. The sun has gone down completely on this nice Chandler evening. Armenta in the backfield with Arve. Rice and Shuck on the left. Maslin and Hattendorf. And he's going to hand it off to Anai. And Anai maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that will pretty much do it for the first quarter with 4 seconds to go. And that'll do it. 14-0 Hamilton, end of the first quarter. Their defense was huge, picking up 2 interceptions on back-to-back drives. And one of them, which was returned all the way 70 yards for a touchdown, has helped the Huskies jump out on the Pride 14-0 here. It'll be second down and 9 from the 44 when we begin the second quarter. Fans, be sure to stay tuned at halftime as we will be showing a special halftime performance and all the homecoming festivities as we crown freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior homecoming king and queens, as well as a halftime performance by the band. Here as the Huskies and the Pride switch sides of the field, and we get set to start the second quarter here. It'll be second down and 9. Rice and Shuck on the left side. Hattendorf, the lone receiver, on the right. Anaya's joined Shuck and Rice. Armenta in the backfield with Arve. Snap to Arve. Arve to throw to Rice. Complete. And he picks up about 6 on the play, and it'll be third down and manageable. Brennan Rice with his first reception of the night. And third down and 4 here, very manageable for the Huskies on their own 49-yard line.
Hamilton playing up tempo, trying to get the ball.
Rebay gets the snap, ducks a defender, and he gets tripped up and sacked by Marlon Barner Overstreet. He was able to sneak past the Hamilton offensive line, and it'll be fourth down and about 7 or 8 And it looks like the Huskies are going to go for it.
Huskies taking a risk on offense, going for it again on 4th down.
Maybe Hervé might just boot this one away. We'll see in a second. Davis back to receive a potential punt. Maslin in motion. And he will just boot this one away. And it'll land at about the 16-yard line, and Mountain Point will take over on downs. Here, as Landon Powell brings the offense back out as they will look to start their 5th drive here of the game. First of the second quarter. Fakes the handoff, looks right, faces pressure, and it is caught by Dominique Davis, and he gets dragged down by Zachary Lewis. A big pickup there, his first reception of the night. Goes for about 14 on the play, and it'll be first down for the Pride as they got out of their own territory. Dominique Davis was just wide open on the middle of the field, got the grab, but Zachary Lewis was able to bring him down. Here up tempo, hands it off to Davis again, and this time he gets dropped by Lewis. Second time now he's gotten the best of Davis, and that'll be a big loss. A loss of about 4 or 5 on the play, and it'll be second down and long, excuse me.
Great play by Lewis, who's been all over the field for the Huskies during this first half of the football game.
Exactly right. We obviously saw the interception earlier. We saw him track him down, and then we saw the big loss there. 2nd and 14 from the 26. Powell looks left. He's going to go deep, and that one might be... Oh, and it was almost picked off once again by Brady Shuck. A couple of Huskies went up there, him and Jamar Brown, and they both collided into each other. Now it'll be 3rd down and long here for Mountain Point. And so far, Landon Powell has thrown the ball deep quite a few times, and he has not seen very much success. So as we resume the drive here with 9:45 to go, it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Pride offense. Powell alone in the back, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. He throws to Shanks, and it'll be caught. And pickup of about 3 on the play. It'll still be 4th and long, and it looks like the Pride will punt again. Rasmussen becoming a regular here out onto the field so far. Here it'll be 4th down and 11. Cole Martin, the freshman running back who had the pick 6 earlier, back to receive for the Huskies. And Rasmussen boots it away, short kick, and it takes a Pride bounce, and it looks like it'll stop at about the 29-yard line. And that's where Orve and the offense will pick it up. A 41-yard punt by Dennis Rasmussen. Here it'll be 1st down and 10 for Hamilton with 9:27 left here in the first half. First down and 10. 1 on the right, 2 on the left. Dorman in motion. Maslin in motion. He joins Dorman on the left side of the line. Arve moves left. He throws and he finds Rice and is complete. And it'll be a pickup of about 10. We'll see if they're generous and give him the first down. Rice, his 2nd reception of the night. goes for about 10, and it'll be first down as they do give it to them. Or excuse me, second and one. And yes, it will be first down as they move quickly. Dormont picks up about 8 on the play. Moved right through the defensive line, and man, Hamilton's got a pretty strong running core with Dormont and Armenta.
Especially with those big boys on the offensive line opening up holes for the running backs to get through.
You're exactly right there. Armenta in motion. Arve with the throw, and it is incomplete, nearly picked on the play by number 19, Shamar Wade, as that was intended for Christian Anai, and it'll be third down and 2 on the play from their Hamilton 47. We'll see if Hamilton goes back to the ground. Very successful going up the middle. Hamilton offensive line just pushing away the defensive line of Mountain Pointe. Motion on the line. Hands it off, and it'll be first down. Sebastian Dormont just bullying his way to the first down. Picks it up easily, and it'll be first down, and the Huskies will continue their drive here in Mountain Pointe territory now. 8:37 to go here in the second quarter. Orve under center with Dormont in the backfield. Hattendorf, the lone man outside. Fake handoff. He rolls to the right. Throws in, and it is caught by Brendan Rice at the marker, and it looks like they'll give it to him first down. Brendan Rice, another reception. Obviously a highly talked about player with offers to Michigan, ASU, Colorado, and he has certainly earned those here in these 4 years that he's played for the Huskies. Here in their tempo here.
Rice being a nice security blanket for Arve in the second quarter.
Dormont with another nice carry, pick up about 13 on the play, and Hamilton's really just moving the ball now. They are on the 24-yard line of Mountain Pointe. Or excuse me, 24-yard line. First down and 10, 7:47 to go. Dormont, Maslin in motion. Hands it off to Dormont, cuts up the middle, moves to the right, gets past a couple, and he's inside the 10, and it'll be first and goal for the Huskies. So Sebastian Dormont hasn't really been touched, as he's just been moving his way up the field quite nicely. First down and goal from the 9. Dormont and Maslin in the backfield. And he hands it off to Dormont again. And it'll be just short of the line. About an 8-yard gain. It'll be second and goal from the 1. And they're going to go quickly. Sebastian Dormont with the 8-yard carry. Handing it off to him again. And he is stopped short. Oh, and they score. They call it a touchdown. And Sebastian Dormont picks up his first TD of the night. It looked like he was stopped just a little bit short. So we have an injured Hamilton player on the field. That looks like it is number 55, Caden Cummings, the junior offensive lineman, as he looks hurt. I do believe it was a touchdown for Hamilton. That is what the end zone official did rule. As, like I said earlier, Dormont was initially stopped, but I think that he just got the ball over the line. Dormont, who had been a human wrecking machine here on this drive, caps it all off here with the 1 yard score.
Dormond was used a lot during that drive of the Hamilton offense, really showing how crucial he is to this team.
Exactly right there, as Cummings gets help off the field from captains Finley, Leckie, and Dylan McGinnis, both senior captains, helping him off the field, and Brody Kofall lines up looking for his third extra point of the night. Orve, the holder.
Number 70.
Maxwell Falker in for the game now for Cummings. And Mountain Pointe, they gave up a lot there. To kick, and it is good, and it is now 21-0 for Hamilton. And starting to look a little bit like last year, although it is on the opposite side of the spectrum. Last year was Mountain Pointe that had their way with Hamilton, but now Hamilton just doing everything through the air, on the ground. No surprise, though. Obviously, both sides of the ball are averaging over 250-plus yards a game. Here as Kofall gets set to boot it away again. Hamilton crowd loving it here. 6:55 to go. Alyssa, what have you liked so far about the run game?
I really like how the Hamilton offense has established a run game early in this game in order to build their lead on the Mountain Pointe offense.
You're right there, as crowd getting into it with the security guard doing some push-ups. Kofall booting it away. It'll be picked up by Davis on the 3-yard line, and he goes back to return it. Cuts to the left, gets some room, and he'll get to about the 27-28, and that is where Mountain Pointe pick up business here, as they are starting to find themselves in a hole. And we've been talking about it all week, how Hamilton has had sort of a revenge tour of sorts. All the teams that they lost to last year, whether it was by a lot or not by a lot, obviously not how the season wanted to go. Mountain Pointe on that list. We talked about their big 35-point loss to them last year. They've already beaten Chaparral and Highland on that list, and they're putting some damage on Mountain Pointe right now. So we have a stoppage here. Some equipment malfunction for BJ Washington. And Devin Guest, the senior wide receiver, will come on the field, make sure he's on side, and Mountain Pointe begins their drive with the handoff to Shanks. Picks up about 2 on the play. Hamilton's doing a great job of keeping Shanks at bay, holding him to 1, 2, 3 yards per carry. And that's exactly what you want, because now you're forcing Powell to throw. And so we've seen he's throwing deep because it's 2nd, 3rd down and long, and he's not being very successful.
No, especially with those 2 interceptions already on the night.
.6:10 to go here in the half. 2nd down and 8 on the 27. Powell back to throw. He looks left, throws it, and it is caught. Dominique Davis with the catch, and it'll be 1st down. Pick up about 11 on the play. Here, and Mountain Pointe moving the ball pretty well here so far. All positive yardage. Quick throw to Davis, and that was way over his head. And it'll be 2nd down from the 38.
Hamilton defense really trying to hold the Mountain Pointe offense scoreless in the first half.
They are certainly looking to do that with 5:59 to go. Second down and 10 from the 38. 14 on the play clock. Handoff to Shanks, and he picks up a little crease, picks up about 3 on the play. It'll be third down and 7. Senior linebacker Jeremiah Trojan, the UCLA commit, with the tackle there.
Jeremiah was the defensive player of the week with 11 tackles, 1 quarterback hurry, and 1 interception last week against Tolson.
Big night for Trojan last week, and another big team play here on defense. Third down and long. Once again, Mountain Pointe in that situation. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Powell looks right, and it will be caught by number 9, B.J. Washington, and he is about 4 yards short, and it'll be fourth down. He only picks up about 4 on the play, and Mountain Pointe will punt again. Rasmussen out for the 4th time now in this game. Mountain Pointe, once again, they'll get the original first down, and then not much else after that. Back to receive is Zachary Lewis, who's had a pretty spectacular night so far. For the Huskies, Rasmussen boots it in a short punt. Will land at about the 30, take another bounce. Zachary Lewis almost came in contact with it, and it will roll out of bounds at about the 20 or the 18-yard line, as Hamilton will take over once again with 4:32 to go. Another big punt that took a pride bounce. Hamilton's inside their 20. Big shout out to the Hamilton linemen, who are very much contributing to their part to the Hamilton's 21-0 lead. Shuck in motion. Hands it off to Armento, who's been... Oh, and he fakes it, and he will get swallowed up. He'll get tackled on the play by Rashion Hodge and Anthony Rayner. They sniffed that one out right away. And it'll be a tackle for loss, a loss of about 5 on the play. Here, and it'll be second down with 4:04 to go. Second and 13 from the 15-yard line. Rice and Shuck on the left, Hattendorf and Anai. Shuck in motion. Arve gets the snap, hands it off to Armenta. Nice little play there, and Armenta goes off, and he gets the first down and more, and he fights off another tackle. Gabe Armenta all the way down to the 38-yard line. He got the first down and then fought off another tackle from Diamante Landrum and picks up a huge play, a huge carry, and it'll be first down inside Mountain Pointe territory.
Nice run by Armenta, who ran down the sideline, shredding off those tackles by the Mountain Pointe defense.
Gabe Armenta doing what he does best and just running the ball and running the ball far. Pickup of 47 on the play. It'll be first down with 3:35 to go. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Armenta in motion. Hands it off to Shuck. A handoff to Lewis. A nice little fake there. And he gets out of bounds at about the 28-yard line, making sure that there are no shenanigans after, and it will be a first down. Pick up about 13.
Lewis doing contributing big for the Hamilton, not only for the Hamilton defense, but also for the offense.
Looks like they're only going to give him 9, and it'll be... Oh, no, it looks like they are moving the chains. A little slow tonight, especially with the up-tempo offense from both sides. Hand off to Armenta, and he picks up about 5 or 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. if you're Nick Harvey, especially with your dual threat running back with Sebastian Dormont and Gabe Armenta, you don't really have to worry about tiring out your arm throwing, especially last week. He only had to throw 10 passes because Gabe Armenta was doing all the work for them with his 236 yards rushing. And once again, another handoff to Armenta, and he picks up the first down and more, just fighting off tacklers inside the 5.
Armenta bulldozing the defensive players, the Mountain Point, getting really close to the goal line.
And a pickup of 18 on the play, first and goal from the 6.
Huskies taking their time to score, so Mountain Point doesn't get the ball back with 2:26 left in the second quarter.
16 on the play clock, hands it off to Armenta, who looks to finish it, and he will get stopped. About a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. It'll be second down and goal. Huskies will try and run out the clock a lot to get it under 2 minutes and prevent Mountain Point from getting a whole lot of time on the clock with their next possession if Hamilton is able to drive it into the end zone, although it is second down from the 3. And especially with Gabe Armenta just powering his way through almost by will. You can almost imagine that they will. Zach Hay leaves the field for the Pride. Second down and goal with 1:50 to go. Armenta in the backfield, and he will most likely get the carry again as he looks to finish what he started with that 47-yard gain. And the handoff to Armenta and drives, and he will score. The official gives the ruling, and Gabe Armenta scores a touchdown from 3 yards in, and it'll be another touchdown for Hamilton.
Nice run by Armenta, bulldozing his way to get into the end zone for the Hamilton offense.
Second time now. It took a couple seconds for the official to make the ruling, but it will be a touchdown for Gabe Armenta from 3 yards out. Brody Kofal looks to connect with his 4th extra point of the night. And the extra point is up and good. And Hamilton, all smiles everywhere you see. As Kofal will look to boot it away again. With 1:34 to go. 28-0 Hamilton, and this is starting to become a beatdown once again. Mountain Point's got to get something together if they want to try and stay in this one. Davis and Canales back to receive the kick from Brody Kofal. And he boots it away, and this one will go into the end zone. And in high school football, it is an automatic touchback. And it'll be first down from the find out here in a second what exactly the ruling is for kickoffs into the end zone. I believe it is from the 20. That's what they have placed the markers. It will be first down and 10 for the Mountain Point offense. Like I said earlier, they've got to get something together here with 1:34 to go. Hand off to Shanks up the left side, and he will once again lose yardage. He lost about 4 on the play. Jeremiah Trojan once again with the tackle for loss here as the clock is running down to 1:15 to go. Mountain Point with the opportunity to call timeout. They do have 2 remaining, but electing not to.
Hamilton not calling timeouts in order to not stop the clock and get the ball back.
Assume they would rather go into half with the goose egg on the board than get another try on offense, and Shanks going nowhere once again. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. I believe he lost 2 on the play. And Hamilton will use their timeout with 44 seconds to go. 3rd and long. And maybe they do want the ball back. Nothing wrong with trying to get on the board one more time before halftime. If you're Sadebski and Tim Doherty, you have to be very impressed with your defense so far, not allowing anything for Mountain Point. Fans, once again, be sure to stick around for the halftime performances by the band, and then we will get the crownings for homecoming royalty. Here, 3rd down and 14 from the 16-yard line. 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Shanks and Benson in the backfield, and he will get dropped. Trojan and Wayert right there for the Huskies defense.
Defensive line doing a phenomenal job of not letting Mountain Point get any positive yardage on this drive.
Also freshman Wyatt Milkovic with the stop, and Hamilton calls their 2nd timeout as Mountain Point went only backwards that drive, and they will boot it from their own end zone. Here with 38 ticks left on the clock, Hamilton will try and go for one more scoring drive. Here they've scored on their last 3 possessions. Or excuse me, they've scored on their last 2, 3 of their last 4. And Rasmussen in his own end zone. Here it'll be 4th and 21 from the 9. Brennan Rice on the Mountain Point 40 will be back to receive the punt. And might see a potential punt block. Hamilton here with Rasmussen in his own end zone. And he gets the punt away, and it'll be fair caught by Rice from the 42 with 32 seconds left. It'll be 1st down and 10, and Nick Arvey, if they are to score a touchdown here, you might start to ponder whether this is the last drive for Arvey, as Hamilton once again is up big right before halftime. They were up by 29 last week. They were up by 4 or 5 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against Arborview. Hamilton obviously not shying away from scoring in the first half. Sebastian Dorman, the second part of that dynamic duo in the backfield with Nick Arvey, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Hattendorf the lone man. Arvey gets the pass, and he looks to go deep, and it'll be caught, and it will be incomplete. Arvey looking for Brennan Rice, and he got hit hard. Good to see that he's back up and moving well. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 41 with 26 seconds to go, and that would have been another catastrophic play for Mountain Point's defense.
Rice looked like he had the ball, but wasn't able to secure it at the end.
I believe that was the case, yes. Dorman in motion, 2nd down, 25 to go. Arvey looking deep. He has pressure on him. Fights off a tackle and just chucks it out of bounds. Could have. no intentional grounding there, as he was able to rush out of the pocket. As we might call it here, and they do. They are going to call it an intentional grounding. Arve arguing that Shuck was in the vicinity.
Ref thinks there's intentional grounding on that play, as Arve was out of the pocket when he threw that pass.
Yes, I believe the ref determined that Brady Shuck was not in the vicinity to receive the pass, so it'll be 3rd down and 15 from the 46 now with 17 seconds to go. And if you're Hamilton, do you just kneel this one and take it to halftime, or do you try a shot for the end zone? You have 1 timeout left, so if you were to go to the ground with Dormont, you are able to stop the clock.
Well, if you have Brendan Rice, you always have a chance to score.
You're right about that one for sure. So it'll be 4th down and 24 from the 46-yard line. I apologize. It's 3rd and long. Dormont in motion. They're going to go deep here. Arve's going to carry this one. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and some. Ooh, and got hit, and they're going to call a timeout here. So he gets back to the line of scrimmage to give them a chance.
Nice scramble by Nick Arve.
A flag, and it's going to be a hold on the Huskies. And that will negate Arve's carry there, and it'll be 3rd and even longer with 7 seconds to go. And now I'm pretty sure that they're just going to kneel this one away.
Huskies shooting themselves in the foot with all these penalties in the first half.
Third down and 29. Long way away from the first down marker, as this will most likely be the last play, and Hamilton using up their last timeout here, and they're going to mull it over once more. Man, we just can't get to halftime, huh, Alyssa?
No, the Huskies really wanted to score in that drive.
Obviously, a couple of penalties drawing them back, the hold and the intentional grounding. I apologize, it's actually 3rd and 34. It was 10 yards on the hold. And they are driven back into their own territory. And you've got to wonder what Andy Litton, the offensive coordinator for the Hamilton Huskies, is concocting for them here late. Hervé with his helmet off. He puts it back on here. And I can only imagine what the Huskies will do with their last remaining 7 seconds here in the half. They have 4 wide, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Dormont in the backfield. It looks like they might try a play here. They don't have any timeouts, so they will have to go out of bounds. Rice in motion, and he hands it off, and this one,
Another penalty.
and this one's going to go back once more. Arve not too pleased there. Offsides on Mountain Pointe, so they'll get 5 back. And so it'll now be 3rd and 29 from the 39-yard line with 5 seconds on the clock. Shuck, Rice, and Hattendorf deep wide for the Huskies. We'll see what they do here. They actually do move it back to 7 seconds. You can once again still imagine that this will be the last play of the half. Dorman in motion once more. Hattendorf moves to the left, and he hands it off to Sebastian Dorman, and he's going to try, and he's going to get to about the 40, and that'll be it for a halftime. Hamilton up big, 28-0. Everything you could have hoped for happened here on homecoming night. You play a tough squad like the Mountain Pointe Pride, and you give them nothing on offense, and you just run all over their defense. Obviously, we've still got 24 minutes left to play, but very much liking what we see here.
Defense did a phenomenal job in the first half, not allowing Mountain Pointe to get any points on the board, and also with those 2 big picks, allowing the offense to get some points on the board.
saxophone section, congratulations, Jacob. We're also giving a shout out to the drumline as the section of the week. The band wants to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Solutions, Tomorrow's Pizza, Corey Owner Real Estate, Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, and a special thanks to Costa Vida for feeding the band tonight.
Hey Huskies, my name is Brooke Romero and I am your spirit commissioner here at Hamilton High School. Let's give up one round of applause for band.
How old are you? That's usually for like
Welcome back to the second half of the Hamilton Huskies versus Mountain Pointe Pride. All the festivities concluded. Congratulations to all those who won Homecoming King and Queen. As we get set to start here, Hamilton will kick it off. Brody Kofall, who's been pretty busy tonight with all those kickoffs and extra points. Mountain Pointe left the first half feeling a little displeased on offense, although you can't take away their defensive effort, preventing the Huskies from scoring. Davis and Shanks back to receive the Kofall boot. And Hamilton gets ready to begin the last half of play here on this, once again, this gorgeous night here in Chandler.
Hopefully we can see that strong defensive performance we saw in the first half by the Hamilton defense.
Exactly right there. Hamilton's defense has been rock solid, not allowing anything. Kofall boots it away, and this is going to be picked up at the 11, and he drops it. And Davis picks it up and gets upended at around the 26-yard line, and that is where Mountain Pointe will begin their second half possession. And for Landon Powell and company, nothing would be better for them than to kick off the second half with a touchdown, try and build a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, especially with Powell not really having much success passing the ball, and Mountain Pointe not really getting a lot of rushing yards in the first half.
Here, hands it off to Shanks, and we pick up right where we left off with about a 1 or 2 yard gain. Hamilton's defensive line is just so solid. Nothing gets through them. And a pickup of about 2 on the play, and it'll be second down here. And we have a stoppage here. Referee sending Davis off, possibly for a mouth guard infraction. Probably didn't have his mouth guard. As we continue on here in the second half, 22 on the play clock, 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Shanks in the backfield, hands it off to Shanks, and he gets through the defensive line, picks up about 4 on the play, maybe even 5. He had been struggling all night, and a cut to the left got him a couple more yards, and it'll be third down and manageable here on the opening drive here with 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Imagine a handoff to Shanks once again.
Mountain Pointe coming out with running the ball during the first drive of the second half. Really trying to get momentum and get the running game going.
Lots of motion from both sides. Shanks moves out to the right. None on the left, 3 on the right. Powell with 4 on the clock. He hands it off to Shanks, and he's going to get the first down. Upended on the play by Jamar Brown. And Mountain Pointe picks up a first down, and they're starting to move the ball here. Reese Shanks, who had been not given a lot here, has been picked up. He has 4 consecutive carries, and they're running tempo here. First down, another handoff to Shanks, and he picks up about 2 on the play. We'll reset the play clock, and second down and about 7. Picks up about 3, and it'll be second down from the 42-yard line. Mountain Pointe down by 28 here. Clock running all the way down to 9:50 already here in the opening drive of the second half. Powell gets it. He looks right. Quick toss to number 6, and he picks up about 3 or 4 on the play. That was Xavier Lockett, the senior wide receiver. A quick pass from Powell, and he gets his first completed pass of the second half, and it'll be third down and about 3 from the 45 here, 46. here, and another third and manageable. And you can imagine that they're going to go to Shanks. And they do. And Shanks fights off a tackle and picks up the first down. Picks up about 6 on the play. And Mountain Pointe, once again, picks up a first down. They're in Hamilton territory now with just over 9 minutes to go here. Mountain Pointe moving the ball quite well on this 3-minute possession. Weingarten, Waylert, and Hilton will take a breather for the Hamilton defense. They've been very strong on the line for the Huskies as of right now, as of so far. First down and 10 from the Hamilton 47. Poe gets the snap, hands off to Shakes, a fake handoff. Finds number 15 for Mountain Pointe, and he picks up about 10 on the play. That was Kevin Sawitsky, the junior tight end. And they are going to give it to him. It's going to be a first down. Mountain Pointe moving the ball well. First down on the 35. Hamilton scrambling to get in position, and they shut down Shanks there. And Mountain Pointe's coach was not very happy. Maybe he wanted an offsides, or maybe he just didn't like what the offense ran. Once again, going tempo. Hamilton scrambling around, out of position. Second down and 9 from the 34. 8 minutes to go. Powell throws it, and it'll be incomplete. He threw it to no one. It was Zachary Lewis who wanted to go for a second interception there. Just a little too far to pick it up. It'll be third down and 9 here from the 34.
Mountain Pointe really trying to go up tempo to hopefully get some points during their opening drive of the second half.
They'll huddle up, come up with a play. One on the right, 2 on the left. Shanks in motion. They'll move to the right of Powell. Third down, 7:55 to go. Fake handoff. And he looks, he's going to get brought down. And a nice tackle by number 24, Victor Zayas, the junior linebacker. And it'll be fourth down and about 15 on the play. A loss of 5. So it'll be fourth and 14. And another promising drive for the Pride, torn apart by that vicious Husky defense. And down 28-0 here in the third. You're definitely going to go for it if you're Rich Wellbrock in the Pride coaching staff. 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Shanks in the backfield once again. He's going to throw it, and it is caught. And it is going to be a first down.
Almost picked off by the defender on that play as Powell was able to get the pass off.
And it looks like Zachary Lewis is down on the play. He almost had an interception, and it was eventually picked up by Devin Guest. And Jamar Brown was able to save a touchdown, and it'll be first and 10 from the 17-yard line. A big pickup of 22 on the play. And with 7 minutes to go here, Mountain Pointe's threatening. Long fourth down, and they kept their drive alive.
Mountain Pointe really eating up the clock with all those wrongs by Shank.
Brendan Shanks definitely doing his part to try and get Mountain Pointe on the scoreboard here. We are already nearly halfway through the third quarter. Mountain Pointe has solely held possession of the ball. Here as Lewis is helped off the field, and it looks like he is walking under his own power. Hopefully we'll see him back out in a few moments, as he'll go back to the sideline to get adjusted. It looks like it was a hamstring. Probably pulled his hamstring there, trying to go for the interception. And Mountain Pointe pressing. They are inside the red zone for the first time today, as Mountain Pointe is looking to make a serious drive to score, led by Powell and Shanks. Powell with that big 23-yard pass to Devin Guest to get the reception. Handoff to fakes the handoff, throws it to a wide open receiver. That was 15, Kevin Sawitsky, and it'll be first down and goal for the Mountain Pointe Pride. Gain of about 13 on the play. Fake handoff to Shanks. The Huskies bit on it completely, and they are able to capitalize, and they are now pressing.
Huskies defense hopefully stays strong in order to keep Mountain Pointe's offense scoreless.
Here, first down and goal. Shanks to the end zone, and he is stopped at about the 1. Gain of 3 on the play. Milkovic, the freshman, taking a breather for the Huskies. Second down and 2, so it was a gain of 2 on the play. Most likely going to go right back to Shanks. Big second down and goal here. And they hand off, and they will score. Touchdown Mountain Pointe. That is Rashawn Hodge, the senior, from 2 yards out, and Mountain Pointe is on the board.
Mountain
And
Pointe able to convert that fourth down to get some points on the board during their opening drive of the second half.
it was almost took up half the quarter there, as Mountain Pointe really wanted it, and it was almost inevitable, especially on the 4th and 14, able to capitalize. And Cameron Rasmussen will look to make it 28-7 here in the third quarter. 4 on the play clock. And it is up and good. So Mountain Pointe is on the scoreboard. Rashawn Hodge from 2 yards out. And the Huskies will get the ball for the first time this half. And you've got to. This game is far from over, as it is now a 3-score game here. If you're Mike Zadebski and the Hamilton staff, you got to wonder: do you keep Arvay in the game, look for another touchdown to really put this one away, or do you start playing their backups, start getting them some experience for down the road? Brendan Rice and Cole Martin back to receive for the Huskies. Only the second time today that Mountain Pointe's Cameron Rasmussen will boot it away from the 40. And maybe an onside kick. Down by 3 scores. Still quite a lot of time left. Makes you wonder. And no, he will boot this one away, and Rice takes it. He's at the 20. And he breaks free down to the 37. Good return from about a good 27-yard return for Rice. And Hamilton will pick it up, and in at quarterback is Arvay, so they will keep him in. With 6:05 to go here in the third quarter. First and 10 from the 37 of Hamilton. Armenta and Maslin in the backfield for the Huskies. Hands it off to Gabe Armenta. Armenta fights off a tackle, and he will only pick up about 3 or 4 on the play. And a flag, maybe a little something extra. Brendan Rice did have his helmet off, so we'll see what the flag is in a moment.
Flags were a big concern for both teams, especially Huskies, in the first half.
It was definitely an after play flag. Something happened on the Hamilton sideline. And Captain Center Finley Leckie claimed, and it will be a personal foul on Mountain Point, so that'll be 15 yards and an automatic first down. And that is not what you want for the Mountain Point defense that is trying to keep the Huskies at bay and maybe start a potential comeback. But that's not how you do things. And so it'll be first down after the Armenta run, first down from the 43. 2 on the left, Rice alone on the right, on the left. 2 on the right, excuse me. Arve looks to throw, finds Hattendorf, his first reception. And that'll be about a pickup of 6 on the play, and it will be second down and very manageable for the Huskies. Hattendorf, once again, his first reception of the night. A lot of the Huskies receivers kind of quiet, other than Brendan Rice with his 3 grabs. Hamilton has been very prolific on running the ball. Second down and short here from the 37-yard line. After the gain of 6, Armenta fights off a tackle, fights off another tackle, goes the other way, and fights off a third tackle, and he's going to go all the way to the 15, a flag on the play. This might go back for holding. But a big carry by Gabe Armenta. He was going to get stopped short, and then he fought off a tackle, went the other way, and was able to pick up about 20. But we'll see where the decision is. There was a flag.
Nice run by Armenta, regardless of if it's holding on the offensive line.
It looks like it will be a holding, so that will go back.
Still, great effort by Armenta.
Exactly right there. So what was 2nd and 4 will now be a 2nd and 14. So it'll be 2nd and 1 now as the holding occurred down the field. 2nd and once again manageable. Arve with the fake toss to finds Christian Anai, and grabs the mass there. And no call on the play. He does get the first down, a pickup about 7. So regardless of the no flag, it will be a first down for Hamilton. Christian Anai's 2nd reception of the game. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Armenta in the backfield with Arve. Arve in shotgun formation. Motion from Brendan Maslin, the senior. Arve rolls to the left. He's going deep, looking for Anai. And it was just over the head, and it'll be incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 here with 4:28 to go. Other than the Armenta run that was taken back, no real explosive plays for Hamilton so far. With 23 on the play clock, back to the line. Same formation as the last play, with Hattendorf on the right, Shuck and Rice on the left, Armenta in the backfield. Arve under center. And he moves, and that will be against Mountain Point for offsides encroachment.
Penalties continue to add up for Mountain Point.
Exactly right there. A little bit jumpy on the line, and it'll be 2nd and 5 now. A lot more manageable than 2nd and 10, as they are now on in the Mountain Point 23. Second and 5 on the 24-yard line. Hand off to Armenta up the middle. Untouched. and a nice move, and he will score. Gabe Armenta from 24 yards out. His second score of the game, a nice move on about the 5-yard line. And another easy run for Gabe Armenta. And we have a flag, and that one is going back. And so the touchdown will not count, as it was a hold on the Hamilton Huskies. And so it'll be second down and 9 from the 23.
Not what you want over the Hamilton offense, taking off that big touchdown run by Gabe Armenta.
Exactly right. Armenta heads to the sidelines. Dorman will take over here. Arve throws to the left, and he finds Brady Shuck with the completion of about 5 or 6 on the play, and it'll be third down and manageable. And so Hamilton, who once was in the end zone, now facing a third down after the holding call. Here, third down and 6 because of the holding penalty earlier on that drove them back. And jumping again. And it'll make it a 3rd and 1 off the offsides for Mountain Pointe. They have got to stay on the line. They can't keep jumping like that.
Both teams really shooting themselves in the foot with all these penalties adding up.
You're exactly right there. As Hamilton, and they will give them the first down. So I believe the ball was placed close enough to where they could. And it'll be first down from the 18. Shuck in motion. Handoff to Dorman. And he is tackled at about the 9-yard line. A pickup of 15 on the play. And it'll be first and goal from the 5. Hamilton threatening once again. Gabe Armenta now looking to finish the drive as he did about a minute ago, game time, but it was called back. So Zadebski making the decision to let him finish it, fights off a tackle, and another easy touchdown. So what should be his third is actually his second, and Gabe Armenta has scored, and it is now 34-7 for Hamilton. And Gabe Armenta properly finishing the possession this time.
Another great night for Gabe Armenta, as he had a really great game last week, as we mentioned before, against Tolleson.
Brody Kofall looking for the extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And it is now 35-7 for the Hamilton Huskies. They ate about 3.5 on the play clock. So we are down to 2:46 to go here in the third quarter. Hamilton Huskies once again pounding their way to the end zone. That dynamic duo of Dorman and Armenta almost unstoppable so far. Senior homecoming king Shane Anderson completing the touchdown push-ups for the Hamilton Huskies dog pound group, as Brody Kofall looks to boot it away here and give the ball back to Mountain Pointe, who had a very successful drive. Here as it's picked up by Dominic Davis at about the 3-yard line, rushes to the left, fights off the initial wave, and he is tackled about the 29-yard line. And here we were talking about Mountain Pointe last time, and we see Zachary Lewis back after a little hiccup with his hamstring. But like we were saying, Mountain Pointe moving the ball, and they were able to score a touchdown. We'll look to see if they can do that again here with 2:38 to go here in the third quarter. Landon Powell bringing the group back out. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. And they're going back to the sidelines. We may have had a timeout. Nope. We'll get set to start the possession here. So after a penalty-plagued drive on both ends for Hamilton, hopefully we'll look to see a much cleaner drive here, as once again Shank picks up about nothing there, so it'll be 2nd down. Hamilton's defensive line back to not allowing anything as they have for so much throughout the game. 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. 3 on the right, 1 on the left, all bunched together. And he's going to go deep, and it is caught wide open. A big play, and it will be out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. A big play and a big completion by B.J. Washington.
Huskies secondary gave up a big play. They weren't on their man, as Powell really completed his first big pass of the game.
Mountain Pointe's offense starting to pick it up now. A 66-yard pass. He was wide open in the secondary. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5. And he hands it off, and he will get stuffed at about the 4. Oh, and the ball is out. But there's a flag. It was Isaiah Blanco who picked up the ball and started running. But there was a flag, and it was offside on the Mountain Pointe offense, so they will go back. And it will now be 1st and goal from the 10. As Hamilton gets a little bit more breathing room now inside their own 10. .18 on the play clock, and Alyssa, what went wrong on that last play?
I just think penalties just keep on hurting both teams. They really need to keep that fixed. They really need to fix that problem, or else more bad things. They won't score.
And a timeout for Mountain Pointe here with 1:56 to go in the third quarter. Big possession here. Starting to find their rhythm on offense. They scored on their last possession and are knocking on the door again. And if you're Hamilton and you can stop the Pride here or even hold them to a field goal, that'll help out tremendously in trying to put this one away. But the game isn't over yet. Still a lot of time to go, a full quarter. As both teams make it back to the field here. Shanks and Powell in the backfield, 3 on the right. Gets it, fake handoff. Looks to the right and throws, and it is caught, and they score. Xavier Lockett with the 10-yard grab. And Mountain Pointe is on the board once again. Nice pass, cuts through, and there's a whistle. There's a flag. And it looks like it might be on Mountain. Might be a warning for Hamilton's coaching staff on the sidelines. So here, the extra point. Cameron Rasmussen looks to complete the 7-point scoring drive. And an extra point is blocked. Isaiah Blanco with the block. And the extra point is no good.
Great job by Isaiah, who was the special teams player of the week with 2 fumble recoveries and 1 forced fumble last week.
And so it is 35-13 here. And Rasmussen will boot it away here for the Pride. Hamilton will get the ball back again. Here, nice play by Isaiah Blanco to get the block on the extra point. Rice, fake handoff to Martin, and he's got a wide open lane. A flag is down. Rice has only the kicker to beat, and Rasmussen with the tackle. We'll check what the flag is. It's at about the 41, the Hamilton 41, and it Rice with the fake handoff to Cole Martin had a wide open lane, and Rasmussen was able to make the tackle. It was a nice tackle by Rasmussen at the 40, but this one is going to go back. So that'll nullify the big run by Rice, and it'll be first down on the Hamilton 30. Harvey still in the game. Doman in the backfield. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. First down and 10 for the Huskies on the 30. 1:38 to go. Handoff completion to Rice. Rice, ooh, nice move. And he is out of bounds. Man, he made Tristan Kramer look silly on that play. Unfortunately, he was only able to pick up 5 as he stepped out of bounds, but he was gone.
Rice breaking some ankles on that play.
That's right there. Here it'll be second down and 4 from the 36 here. Brendan Rice with 2 straight explosive plays. Taking a breather. Brady Shuck in motion. Fake handoff. And they're going to get right on him. And he's going to go back to the 30. A loss of about 4 on the play.
Harvey held the ball there too long. Should have tried to throw it to try to get a completion. Or thrown it away to avoid the sack.
Second time now that Nick Harvey has been sacked. Third down and 9 from their own 31. One minute to go on the clock here. Harvey gets a snap, looks right. Oh, and he gets tripped up by number 18, Ryan Harrison. And that's the second time he's sacked, and Hamilton will punt the ball away. 2 straight times the Mountain Point defensive line was able to get to Nick Harvey, not too happy on the sidelines.
Offensive line playing a little sluggish. It's very hot out there.
Kofal back to punt for the first time from his own 10. 10 on the play clock. Dominique Davis back to return it. Good punt by Kofal. And it'll land at about the 41. Take a Hamilton bounce, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Mountain Point 36. And a big win by Mountain Point's defense, able to hold Hamilton. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Hamilton up 35-13. Mountain Point showed some life on offense. If they can get another one, this game will look a little closer here on homecoming night for the Hamilton Huskies.
How did you like that halftime performance by the band and cheerleaders, Connor?
Very impressive. Looked like they knew their stuff and able to keep the Hamilton crowd very happy and joyous here on this homecoming night. Obviously, lots to be happy about. Hamilton up by 22 here in the start of the fourth quarter as Landon Powell and company will take over from their own 36-yard line. Powell going deep, and that was well out of bounds. Intended for Devin Guest, responsible for the big reception earlier that led to the past Mountain Point touchdown.
Great coverage by Anaya on that play.
Indeed here. 2nd down and 10. As they line up. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Shank once again in the backfield. Fake handoff to Shank. Looks left, and he is going to get dropped by Dominic Hilton and Alex Waylert. And he was ready for it. He covered up and accepted the sack, and it'll be 3rd down and big for Mountain Point here.
Great job by the defense line getting a sack in that play. They broke through the offensive line of Mountain Point, was able to get that sack.
They're down at 16 here on their own 30. With 11:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. 35-13, excuse me. They're going to go for it here. And he throws it, and it is caught about 1 yard short. That was Xavier Lockett with the reception, and it is going to be 4th and very manageable. And it looks like the Mountain Point defense will stay on the field. Powell under center, and he's going to rush for it, and he's going to get the 1st down. Picked up about 4 on the play, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Mountain Point. With 10:54 to go here in the fourth quarter. Once again, another 4th down conversion for Mountain Point, keeping their drive alive. Handoff to Shank, picks up about 2 on the play, and he gets to the Hamilton 50, or the 50-yard line. Like we said earlier, Mountain Point very much not out of this game yet, and a touchdown definitely will help.
hopefully the defense can slow them down to avoid Mountain Point from getting any more points.
Powell gets the handoff, quick throw to Davis, who's been relatively quiet. And right there with the tackle was Brendan Rice, who also plays defense out of the linebacker position. And a flag on the play. And
Huskies defense playing with a lot of energy, even though they're up, trying to get to the ball and trying to get the ball back to their offense.
looks like a holding on Mountain Point, so it will go back. Sadebski having a talk with the official, trying to figure out the ball placement. It looks like they will decline the penalty, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 45-yard line. Or 3rd down and 13, sorry. Third and long here for the Mountain Point Pride. Powell and Shanks in the backfield. 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Powell looking right, and he's going to get dropped. Big hit by Victor Zayas right there, and that is another sack for the Hamilton defense. Looks like a loss of 5 or 6 on the play.
Zayas coming really fast off the edge, getting that sack on Powell.
4th down from the 38-yard line, about a loss of 7 on the play. And Mountain Point calls their 2nd timeout of the half. Down by 22. It looks like their offense will stay on the field. We'll get a confirmation in a second. Very impressive defensive stop by Victor Zayas in the defensive line.
Mountain Point really has nothing to lose. Going to go for it in their own territory on this 4th down.
You're right about that, but it looks like they probably will just play it safe and let the senior punter slash kicker Rasmussen boot this one into Hamilton territory. Zachary Lewis back to receive on his own 37. Getting a little wording from the coaching staff. With 9:07 to go. Still 35-13 for Hamilton. Quiet 4th quarter as of right now. The 3-minute drive for Mountain Point will end officially after this punt. And Lewis calls for a fair catch. And he waves it off and it'll go out of bounds at about the 23-24-yard line. And Hamilton will take over. Nick Garvey and company still out there. Mike Sadebski determining that not just yet. They're not going to yank their starters as of right now. Hopefully one more touchdown will do the trick. As for the first time this half, Mountain Point's offense was stopped by Hamilton. Bit of rejuvenation after coughing up 2 straight trips to the end zone. Nick Garvey takes over. Maslin and Armenta in the backfield. Armenta gets the grab, and he is stuffed right away. Have not seen a whole lot of that tonight. Armenta picking up. Looks like he's going to lose yardage there, and it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 23. Able to snuff that out was the Mountain Point line, which have been unable to get much from the Huskies ground game. 2nd and 11 here. 8:26 to go. Arvey gets the snap. Toss it to Hattendorf. Hattendorf picks up about 8 or 9 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and very reasonable. quick toss to Hattendorf is second completion of the night. And they will call it a first down, so it looks like he did pick up the extra yardage. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 34 with 8 minutes to go here. Hamilton just trying to drain the clock here and put a bow tie on this gift to all the Hamilton Huskies community. Armenta gets the toss from the left, and he picks up about 2 on the play.
Huskies trying to establish the run here, especially with number 55, Kaden Cummings, out.
Indeed.
While protecting the quarterback.
Indeed, trying to make sure that no injuries occur to the starting roster here as we start to pick up sectional games soon. Hamilton has one more non-divisional game, and that is next week. They travel to play Dobson, and a deep pass to Brennan Rice is caught at the 27-yard line.
Strong hands by Brennan Rice, completing that big pass by Nick Arve.
Big grab by Brennan Rice, who been picking up the explosive plays recently. Keeps it up there. And it'll be first down and 10 from the Mountain Pointe 27. The Michigan and Colorado recruit with the big grab. Armenta once again just getting snuffed. That one was number 9, BJ Washington. And it'll be about a gain of 1. And it'll be second down here with 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Huskies in no hurry to get a play call off soon. They have 25 seconds on the play clock. Second down here. Armenta in motion. Haslam in motion now. Those two have moved around a lot here pre-snap. Armenta finally getting some room. Picks up the first down, and he's down, and he will score maybe, and he does. Big run by Gabe Armenta, who had been quiet as of late, picking up only 1-yard gains. Picks up 26 there, and that should do it for this one.
Terrific vision by Armenta, getting into the end zone for the Hamilton football team, extending their big lead. Now 40, going to be 42-13 if they can get this extra point.
Gabe Armenta once again all over the field. He had been shut down, but went back to being Gabe Armenta, picked up 26. Brady Kofall, extra point good. That is his 6th of the night. And it is now 42-13, and Hamilton is beating up on Mountain Pointe here. Almost feel a sense of irony after what Mountain Pointe was able to do to the Huskies last year. As we can comfortably say that the game has pretty much been put in the books here with 5:48 to go, although you never know here in high school football. As Brody Kofall looks to boot it away from the 40 once again. And Alyssa, Gabe Armenta, he's going to be a problem when they start playing really good teams like Basha, Perry, and even Chandler in a couple weeks.
Indeed, Connor. Already with 3 touchdowns on the night, Gabe Armenta looks as dominant as he's been this season for the Hamilton offense.
Exactly. And for Hamilton, it's all about preparing for those big games the last 3 weeks of the year. But it's always good to get a little payback in the process, especially against teams that contributed to Hamilton's worst season in school history when they finished 3-7 and missed the playoffs for the first time in their 21-year existence. Here, and that was a different kickoff player. That was number 35, Abraham Casillas, the senior. Oh, and he's off, and Casillas, and he gets run over. Tried to go for the tackle there. And a good return by Chavis Benson. And poor Casillas, he just got run over on that play. Good field position on the 41 for Mountain Pointe. With 5:37 to go here. 1st and 10. Fake handoff. Going to go deep. And it is, nearly intercepted by Christian Anai. Dominique Davis preventing the pick by deflecting the ball. And it'll be 2nd down.
Little too much air on the ball by Powell.
You're right about that one. And for the 4th time now in 5 games, the Huskies have broken the 40-point plateau. They were only able to do that twice last year against Tollison and Dobson, so it's great to see that the offense has been able to pick it up. Here's Shanks with a big run there, pick up about 11. It'll be or about 10. It'll be a 1st down. Shank with the big run there.
Huskies defense didn't set the edge on that run, which allowed Shank to get some positive to the outside and some good yardage on that play.
3rd and 1, maybe less here with 4:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. Mountain Pointe's offense has obviously looked a lot better. And if you're Mountain Pointe, you're kind of just putting this one in the back of your mind, preparing for your 2nd sectional game of the year, as Shanks gets the 1st down there, about 4 yards. It'll be 1st down. Next week, big contest back at home, taking on the Queen Creek Bulldogs. And Mountain Pointe, obviously, if this score holds up, we have a flag. If this score holds up, they're going to fall to 1-3, and they have not been 1-3 for a while. And we have a delay of game on the Hamilton Huskies. So it'll be 1st and 5 from the 23. And so, but yeah, Mountain Pointe, obviously, not what you expected. You want to come in, try and ruin Hamilton's homecoming night, but Hamilton would have none of that. And ball moved up to the 15-yard line, so they moved the chains. It looks like it was an unsportsmanlike conduct, actually, on the Hamilton sideline. So about a 15-yard penalty puts them inside the 20 with 4.5 to go here in this one. First down and 10 from the 15. Handoff to Shanks, and he picks up about 2 on the play. Gets tackled by Alex Waylert. And, if you're Mountain Pointe, obviously, it's a big contest next week at home. But, again, you're still just keep preparing, keep getting ready, and just keep fighting. Because at the end of the day, you never want to give up. And they especially haven't done that here in the second half, as they're knocking on the door of another potential scoring drive. Fake handoff to Shanks. He's going to throw it away. Gets tackled by Dominic Hilton. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Clock will stop here. Powell's just been pressured all night. And we have a flag. find out what it is in a moment. And looks like it'll be on Mountain Point for intentional grounding. So they did determine that he was still in the pocket. It'll be a loss of down. And so it'll be now 3rd and long for the Mountain Point Pride. As it looks like it's a 5-yard penalty from the spot, so all the way in the backfield. It's now a 3rd and 25. It throws it, it is caught. And he looks like he's back to the line of scrimmage. A gain of 15 on the play. Pass was caught by Guest, the 6-foot senior from Mountain Point. It'll be 4th down and 10, and they look like they will be going for it from the Hamilton 15. And if you're Hamilton, nothing would feel better than to stop them here. Put this one away for sure as the clock rolls down to under 3 minutes. Huskies fans still out to support their team, even though they're up big. 4th down. Powell looks to throw, and it is incomplete.
Flag.
And a flag, and it looks like it'll be pass interference or a late hit on Powell. Powell looks like he's in some discomfort. And penalty on the Huskies, so it'll be 1st down, and they'll continue their drive once again.
Not what you want if you're the Hamilton defense.
Not at all. As I did not exactly see what the specific penalty was, if it was, and the PA announcers just informed us that it was pass interference, so it'll be 1st down and goal for the Mountain Point Pride here with 2:33 to go. Looks like it's from the 4th and 4, so pass interference was only 5-yard penalty. So it is still 4th down for Mountain Point. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Shank in the backfield with Powell. Powell looks to throw, and he gets it off, and it is caught. And we'll look at the official ruling in a second. And he is short, and it will be a turnover on downs, and the Huskies will take over. The pass was completed, but it was not enough at the line, so Hamilton will take over on their own 8. And you can imagine that they're just going to try and run this one out and put it away with 2:27 to go. Hamilton's defense standing strong there, even when the game is pretty much out of reach. Band getting into it here. They've been loud all night. And looks like we have a timeout on Mountain Point. And that will be their second charge timeout. So, Alyssa, you're 2 weeks away from sectional play when you play Brophy. Next week you're playing a not-so-great Dobson team. What exactly are you looking for the Huskies?
I think they should, even though they will be undefeated this season, I think they should continue to stay humble and do not let the fact that they're undefeated get to their heads and continue to show a strong offense and defense performances like they've been doing this season.
You're exactly right. To sum it up, basically what she just said was just, keep doing what you're doing. You're 4-0, soon to be 5-0 in the next 227. And obviously, playing a Dobson squad that isn't exactly the best, but, you never know what's going to happen. So you always want to prepare for anything and everything to happen. As Sebastian Dormans in the backfield, Nick Garvey still at quarterback here, looking to get out of their own end zone. First down, 22 on the play clock, plenty of time. Harvey under center. Gets the snap, handoff to Dormon. Dormon picks up a couple, down to the 20, drags the player with him down to the 25, and it will be a first down. Gain of about 19 on the play. And are even surprised at this point. Here as the clock will continue to run down into the last 2 minutes. Hamilton just letting the time go, not too overly concerned about getting a play in. First and 10 on the Hamilton 25. 1:45 to go here. Down to 2 on the play clock. Hands it off to Dormon. Breaks through again. And he's up to the 40, to the 45, down to the 48. And he gets pushed out of bounds. The ref says he's going to spot him at about the 47-yard line. And it'll be first down. And Sebastian Dormon padding his stats up for the night. He has a touchdown rush. Here, first and 10 with 1:35 to go. Here, Goulet in now at quarterback. Hands it off to Dormon. Breaks a tackle, breaks another one down to the 50, to the 45. And it'll be a gain of 8 on the play. Or a gain of 9, so it'll be 2nd and 1 with 1:17 to go here.
As this game comes to an end, Connor, what did you like most about this Hamilton team?
I really like the fact that they were able to rush and run the ball. Obviously, if you're able to run the ball, you can't really be stopped that much. Nick Harvey didn't have to use his arm much. Sebastian Dormon and Gabe Armenta doing their part, doing what they do, as he will get the first down there. And that should just about do it with 44 seconds to go. Big night for Gabe Armenta. 3 touchdowns. We obviously saw the pick 6 earlier by Cole Martin. And they're going to let the clock run out. They will have to snap one more play. Victory formation, and Hamilton very impressive tonight. Another revenge game comes to an end with a victory, and that will do it. 15 on the clock. Goulet calls it, and Hamilton moves to 5-0 on the season. Another dominant performance by the Huskies on both sides of the ball. A 42-13 win, and that will do it. The Hamilton Huskies, big night from Gabe Armenta in the run game. And Mountain Pointe, disappointing effort. They will fall to 1-3 and pick up on their sectional play next week against Queen Creek. Hamilton has one more non-divisional game left against the Dobson Mustangs at Dobson High next week. So we will not be calling that one. We will be back in 2 weeks, however, for the start of sectional play when the Hamilton Huskies host the undefeated Brophy Broncos, who have looked very impressive. 13 points in 4 games.
Although strong performance by the Hamilton team, hopefully they can clean up all those penalties that they added up during this game.
Exactly right. Once again in the double digits. And thank you for joining us here in this broadcast. I'm Connor Manning.
And I'm Alyssa Esquivel.
And we will see you in 2 weeks for Hamilton versus Brophy. Go Huskies!